cannot be a Christian and vote Democrat in this nation. I don't care how mad that makes you. You get pissed off as you want to. You cannot be a Christian and vote Democrat.
And that means when we say choose well 2024, everything here is not a trait of a leader. Our moms and dads, grandpa and grandmas, are they willing to point to you and say, grow up to be like him or her? And I told people, Steve, in 2019 in Jerusalem, and we knew the 2020 election was coming upon us. And I told them the number one hurdle for Donald Trump is I've never met a dad or a mom or a grandpa or a grandma who have told me they want their son or daughter or grandchild to grow up to be like him. That's a big deal.
Oh, that's gonna hurt!
I mean, when you've lost the evangelicals, you know it's bad. Okay, I want everyone to hang on to your seats. A prominent evangelical leader has come to the conclusion that, believe it or not, the thrice-married egomaniac found liable of sexual assault is perhaps not someone that Christians should be looking up to.
This man was once the president.
I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. Just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything. Grab them by the you can do anything. That's what you said, correct?
Well, historically, that's true with stars.
It's true with stars that they can grab women by
Well, that's what it's. If you look over the last million years, I guess that's been largely true. Not always, but largely true. Unfortunately or fortunately.
I know, quite the front page headline. Bob Vander Plaats, the president and CEO of the influential Christian conservative group, the Family Leader, had some choice words for Trump today after Trump attacked him and Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds for endorsing Ron DeSanctimonious. I know, we oppose Trump, but that nickname's pretty solid.
But now when you come out against me and by extension the Family Leader and saying that we're pay for play, we're bought and paid for, and this is how we do business, that's just beyond the pale. And that means when we say choose well 2024, everything here is not a trait of a leader. The former basketball coach in me, I used to tell my basketball kids all the time, your character will be most revealed under pressure. When you didn't make the shot, when it didn't go the call didn't go your way, what will your character be like under pressure? And what you're seeing from the former president is character being revealed. Character being revealed, first of all, with Governor Reynolds and what he did by cutting a video against her. Two of the most popular governors and the most results producing governors in the country. The governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis, the governor of Iowa, Kim Reynolds. And you completely throw them under the bus and you call them names, and that just because they don't bow the knee to you. That's not leadership. And then because I don't endorse you to throw me under the bus, my family under the bus, as well as our ministry under the bus, because we don't bow the knee to you. That tells me more than ever this party and this country needs to choose well about who's going to be representing us as president of the United States. Because being president is just not a CEO. It's not just moving the embassy to Jerusalem, as much as we applaud that. It's not just appointing 3 Supreme Court justices, even though we applaud that. It's being a statesman. Are you worthy to be followed? Our moms and dads, grandpa and grandmas, are they willing to point to you and say, grow up to be like him or her? And I told people, Steve, in 2019 in Jerusalem, and we knew the 2020 election was coming upon us. And I told them the number one hurdle for Donald Trump is I've never met a dad or a mom or a grandpa or a grandma who have told me they want their son or daughter or grandchild to grow up to be like him. That's a big deal.
Now, here's the thing. Do I think that Ron DeSanctimonious is a beacon Christian either? Hell no. I'm not convinced he's even human, judging by how he cannot smile without his tongue looking like it's trying to escape.
Welcome to another edition of Choose Well 2024. There is a little studio audience here that's made up of team members, board members, some donors.
But to minimize the evangelical influence on GOP voters, especially in Iowa here, would be a mistake. Vander Plaats is influential in Iowa among the evangelical population, which makes up almost 2/3 of GOP voters in the state. He supported the last 3 winners of the contested GOP caucuses in Iowa, which effectively launched Republican primaries.
Unfortunately, there is a long history of this dehumanization, these passions consuming people, including people of faith. And that's why I think there has to be such a pushback from others to try and, in a sense, shake them and to say, do you know what you're doing? Do you know what you're a part of? That you have jettisoned almost everything that you claim to most cherish in your life to make inner peace with this man who's a sociopath, an unfiltered sociopath. And he is undisguised. I mean, that's the other thing which you're getting at. He's undisguised in who he is and what he wants to do. And that not only pushes him away, but it brings him toward him. And it's just a sickening episode in the history of American politics and the history of American Christianity.
But regardless of how this impacts Trump's chances, the headline remains the same: how any religious figure can say with a full chest that they support Donald Trump, a man who, gun to his head, couldn't quote a single Bible passage.
God, and I thank you that he will walk in a holy boldness and a wisdom, God, and that you will go before him. You will be his rear guard, and you will go in front of him this day and every day, God.
There's no verse that means a lot to you that you think about or cite?
The Bible means a lot to me, but I don't want to get into specifics.
Even to cite a verse that you like?
No, I don't want to do that.
You're an Old Testament guy or a New Testament guy?
Probably equal. I think it's just an incredible, the whole Bible is an incredible, I joke very much so. They always hold up the Art of the Deal. I say my second favorite book of all time.
Holds said Bible upside down and on a daily basis refrains from the basic Bible principles of loving thy neighbor as he unleashes personal attacks on anyone who dares cross his path.
Today, especially in honor of our great veterans on Veterans Day, we pledge to you that we will root out the communists, Marxists, fascists, and the radical left thugs that live like vermin within the confines of our country, that lie and steal and cheat on elections and will do anything possible. They'll do anything, whether legally or illegally, to destroy America.
But yet, as irony wept, God-fearing Christians like Mike Johnson still bend the knee to him.
I'm all in for President Trump.
Well, I think hypocrisy is the kindest word you could use. It's also a distortion of what he claims to be his religion. Because what happens to the part of in the Bible about love your neighbor? What happens to about dealing with those that are impoverished? So they selectively misquote parts of the Bible to distort some very conservative, right-wing, archaic politics. The Bible ought not be running the country. This is a democracy, not a theocracy. But if you even gonna quote the Bible, quote it right.
Because while the lips say they serve Jesus, they'll side with anyone who gives them more power.
There's an extraordinary scene on January 6th that she recounts where Republican members are sort of being asked to sign these sheets for electoral vote objections. And she writes about Congressman Mark Green of Tennessee.
Yeah.
And he's signing, and she hears him and, quote, as he moved down the line, signing his name to the pieces of paper, Green said sheepishly to no one in particular, the things we do for the orange Jesus.
He called him the orange Jesus?
Yes.
Not exactly a compliment.
Hey Meidas Mighty, love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram @MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.